Hey, this is Justin. It is Friday, July 17th, 2020, back in New York City. So doing the walk and talk this way. We'll see. Hopefully the sound comes through okay. What this is, these are inspired by Mark Levy's Accidental Genius, using free writing as access to your greatest thought. This is free talking with a little bit of structure behind it, and getting more into the adding a little bit more and more structure into everything that I'm doing each day. Hey, Chef Lizette, how are you? So Chef, if you want to come on live, please feel free. I'd love to chat. Know what you're up to. And so this is using free talking as access to the greatest thoughts, pulling up some images each day to be able to connect. So today I'm going to do something a little bit more specific. If Chef Lizette doesn't come on, she's more than welcome to come on or to not come on. Either way works, depending on what's going on. I'm going to butcher the name. Chef, what's the name of your new product? I know it's something with Chef Lizette cookies, but I want to make sure I get it right correctly. Leave it in the chat or come on to the video and we can chat. I'll do a little bit of a plug here. And so what else I want to share about? So I've been thinking about tools I love and why I use it. Inside of Ray Dalio wrote the book Principles. Let's get right into this, actually. Ray Dalio wrote the book Principles. Grabbed the image there, did some works. Sure, cool. I'll give you a call. Just come on anytime. Wrote the Principles, which basically, some may argue, a lot would argue, he created the greatest hedge fund ever. But he wrote not necessarily the tactics of what's actually being done, but wrote the principles about what he's being done. And the thought process was, if like Einstein would have wrote his principles down, we'd have a little bit more like not even breadcrumbs. We'd almost have like the DNA or the metadata to be able to start to recreate some of that work. So that's the thinking behind this actual post. And so that's what I actually want to do. There's a lot of tools that I talk about from a tool. That's like the shorthand. Hey, we're using this tool to do this. But it's actually the principles, what emotions those tools actually talk about. So the first one I want to start about, it was the third of my sort of breakthrough tools. The number one was Voxer, which gave us the opportunity to be able to have conversations with people. Chef Lizette, yep, whenever you're ready, no worries. It was the first one that allowed us to have conversations with people asynchronously and to be able to connect. It was the first time to be able to do the walking and talking. Number two was SoundCloud, which again was able to have, it's all about asynchronous communication with people and then the opportunity to have some live communication. The third one's the one I'm going to talk about today, which was Degreed. And I discovered Degreed during a session on individual development plans in 2018. And here was the exciting thing. I work in a large company, highly regulated, so I can't just go and download apps onto my machine to be able to use in the company. So what Degreed was the first tool that I felt like it was that we had that was like consumer ready. I could use it as a human being. It was on my cell phone. I could mess around with it. I could I was able to kind of tweet at the company and the people in the company to be able to talk to them and build relationships that way and to be able to connect. So it was a very open opportunity. So that was the first one. So I wanted to talk about a little bit here, and you're not going to be able to capture everything in this image, but sort of the process of what I loved about it. So I started off with a sketch, which you didn't get captured here 100%. We're going to talk about a couple of the different things that we've got here. So number one, I'm just thinking about what is a good presentation, and maybe it's just a couple of different versions. There's some LinkedIn Lives here, turning it into a deck. I'm really inspired by the way AJ and Smart is doing some decks. I don't even know, maybe there's a process for turning things into masterclass, but it might just be a series of LinkedIn Live. Wow, it's loud here. A series of LinkedIn Live. So let's talk about it. What I'm currently doing is pretty simple. I'm capturing. So I do this video today, and I do this video today, and I can capture it live on Degreed. It's credit, right? And I look at this as like, this video is 0.003% of an MBA or whatever it is for me actually producing it or consuming it. And you put all that stuff together and you get a full degree. Now, a degree is sort of interesting, and this is like in theory, not in actual reality. But you get the skills for a full degree when you put all this stuff together. But it's really about having the tool meet us where we are in the moment. That's the whole thing, and not having us go to a place. So University. I work on the Cornell Tech campus. When the campus was alive, people had to go to there, and there was a degree program, and everybody, there's some variety into it, and you go to a place, and that was the structure, and it's very reliable. It's going to work. At the end of that, it's predictable that people are going to get a certain set of skills inside of that, and that's the way the traditional degree programs work. But I guess my obsession is, how do we be able to create a lot of value in the gap time? So all I've been doing, the first thing really, is doing some capturing. Here we go. Chef Lizette's coming on. We'll go back to this conversation in a minute here. Here we go. Here she comes. All right, I'll keep talking until she comes on. Connected.
Hey.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. So are you going back to your I've noticed, because I get notifications of like your consistent daily recordings, like what you did on SoundCloud. Is this like the new version?
This is the new version. Yeah. So
tell me about that. I love it. I always loved when you did your SoundClouds.
Yeah, I just started doing it. I mean, it goes back to 2013. I had a conversation with a guy named Steve Robbins. And he was just like, and I was like, I just want all my work to be walking and talking. And he was like, oh, that's possible to actually do. So when we started going up to Pennsylvania, I just started doing some more of the walking and talking. What it's turned into is now I pull up some images, just a recollection of it's almost like documenting the stuff that I've been thinking about and doing over the day. So I pull up some of these images, and let me actually get rid of this image here so I can be full-faced here. Oh, that's not the right one. Bear with me for 1 second here. No image.
Sure.
Yeah, and so then, just started doing these lives. I transcribe these on the back end, and then there's, and then through the
Do you turn them into podcasts?
I don't turn them into podcasts. I could, but more I turn them into look, what is the stuff that what's the stuff I'm talking about? What is stuff I'm interested in? What are people responding to? Who are the partners? Hey, we did this with Chef Lizette. So there's a concept from a guy named Tiago Forte. It's called building a second brain. So it's getting everything out there in the world. Now, I can't just watch these videos a bunch of different times. I guess it's similar to what, I haven't actually looked at it, but what Gary did with his search engine. It's just it's all the resources available. So it's, and I love it. And I love it especially because I can pull up the screenshot. So I'm not just going in different directions. And then when people come like yourself, I invite them on and we have a conversation. So that's basically it. That's what this is.
Well, the interesting thing about creators who create at scale, like we do, is there does come a point that you create so much good content that it becomes more about, you really do need a search engine. You need a good library that's accessible and, more importantly, easy for your audience to navigate, and boom, and that's why I think that Gary's search engine is so genius, because it's word centric, right? So if you want to look up business or Instagram content, you plug that in, and then you just pop out a whole catalog of content that he's made. And so I'm also thinking about that for myself, what is the smartest way, because I don't have the manpower or the people who really know how to do that back end stuff. I'd love to see a library even in text form, because that's even faster. We're on our phones all day long, so it does become about, what is the 1 or 2 touch scenario that folks can, by text message, if you want to look up something for Chef Lizette, send me a text with the word ice cream recipe. So you type in ice cream recipe, and then I send you back a text message with the 5 or 6 videos that I've done on ice cream recipes.
So brilliant. And then if you don't
that's fast, right? That's even faster, because now I'm doing it as the consumer on my own time, I'm just, you know, it's becoming the new version of a card catalog system in a
Yes.
library.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
like, what does the most high tech level, and I even think that, forget even the text, I think what's even faster than that is saying, hey Siri, look up Chef Lizette's ice cream recipe, and then I get a text message with all of the card catalog of my videos for ice cream recipe.
Brilliant. Love it.
You know,
And if you,
because like me
yeah.
and you, I don't think that people respect people's workflow,
Yes.
meaning that I am 100%, I have to be hands free. Like, I'm
Yes.
a chef, I'm grocery shopping, I work with my hands. And so I need for my information to come to me and I need like technology and products and services that I can immediately just 1, 2, 3, in 1, 2, 3 steps, I'm done. And if it
Yes.
could be voice activated, it's even better for me.
That's brilliant.
You know, like
Absolutely. Yeah.
as much as I love the tactileness, I will always have a love of books and having a book in my hand and turning the pages, because it's also a religious experience for me to read a book, because it means I'm
Yeah.
slowing down. I can be present with the book. But I get so frustrated because I want to consume so many books. And I realized last year specifically, I bought more than 40 books. And
Yes.
Ray Dalio's book was one of them, speaking of Ray Dalio.
Yes.
And I get literally depressed when I see a stack of books in my life piled up that I can't get to.
Yes.
Uh, so I now have started to buy books audio, the audio
Yeah.
version, because I still want to get the information.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so I think all of us, like really serious content creators, should be thinking about how can we deliver the information in the most useful way to that person. And
Yes.
I think everyone is becoming more hands-free. I think everything should be more audio, you know, like the audio version.
Yes.
But like even Empathy Wines, I give them so much kudos. They were like the first person or the first company that I saw that in literally 1, 2 clicks, 1, 2, 3 clicks, I'm ordering wine and it's done.
Yes.
Like they use the Shopify component, and that's integrated with my credit card that has my address. And it's just a seamless experience.
Yes.
You know, like 1, 2, 3, in less than 60 seconds, I've ordered wine.
Yes.
And that's super practical for me. And it's guaranteed that I'm going to keep ordering wine or whatever from companies who make it easy for me.
Yes. It's I mean, it's so, because I mean, it's Amazon, right? I mean, that's what Amazon has done. Like, we'll pay more for Amazon. We'll even get over
But
the,
even Amazon, yes, for sure. Like Amazon is the leader, but I think even Amazon can use more high-tech integration of like what I'm mentioning, of a text message, of where I could say, like, okay, so I had the most brilliant idea for the new grocery store of New York specifically, because as you know, it's just so condensed and the markets are so small. Like I'm used to Los Angeles where you have these massive grocery stores with the wide, you know, shopping lanes and all of that. And being a private chef, I literally, because, you know, it's based on what my clients want. And so I have learned that I have to go to 5 stores sometimes. And when it's a Jewish holiday, I have to go to 7 or 8 stores throughout the day to get everything that I need. And that makes no sense to me. It just makes no sense to me in New York specifically. I don't know. I don't understand why, and Amazon could be the leader for this. So Jeff Bezos, I'd like my commission check on this. I want it to be on record that for a private chef specifically, because then you start at the tippy top of what you need to provide. So you need to provide a private chef the best experience. Why? Because they're bringing you the most dollars every single day. Not the home consumer who needs their grocery items, but you need private chefs. You need our business. And so I would love to see Amazon create a specific shopping experience for private chefs where I have to do the work initially, where I have to catalog every item that I need to do my job for my clients. And it would include brand centric, right? I need wholesome sugar. I need, like all of the brands, all of the dairies, the butters. So I have to initially do all of the
Yes.
integration of my shopping list. And then I would like to be able for Amazon to already capture that wish list. But then I want to just go to Siri or whatever voice activation and say, hey, Amazon, or hey, whatever name of this grocery store is, I need boom, 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 boom. I need milk. I need blueberries. I need, and Amazon has already cataloged what brands I want.
Yes.
Because as a private chef, we're very brand centric because our clients are very brand centric. So I want a catalog system, and Amazon could do this. I want them to catalog everything that I order because they already have record of it, but I want the activation, the voice activation part. So while I'm moving on the go in the kitchen specifically, I could say, I need, 0% milk. I need whole milk. I need boom, boom, boom. And they already know what brands to send me. And before you know it, my shopping experience is done. You have my credit card, you know where to deliver it, and it's done.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, it started raining. I couldn't hear you, so I just plugged in the headphones. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think it's brilliant.
So I just don't understand. I mean, to me, Amazon is the next player of being able to do that. Like,
yes.
they have everything already. They have
yes.
the delivery system. They have the wish list catalog. They already have, the fresh direct, what is it called? The
Whole
market,
Foods.
the grocery store experience.
Yes.
They have Whole Foods integrated in there. They have everything already.
Yes.
They need to have the mindset in terms of grocery shopping. What does a private chef need?
Yes.
Because we're at the tippy top of IP. We're at the grocery stores every day, mostly.
Yes.
And if they can figure me out, then they can figure out the average grocery shopper.
Yes.
Because we're the most complicated consumer when it comes to grocery shopping. So you need to be able to cater to chefs first, because we know it all. Like, we are the professional food shoppers.
Yes.
And if you can figure it out for chefs, then you can figure it out for everyone.
I love it. And what does a chef spend like on an average day? And I know, I'm sure it
varies.
So
I'll give you the data for a family of 6, and then, like Amazon can figure it out. For a family of 6, and again, because it's brand centric and it's based on where I live, in Manhattan, which I won't say here, but they're expensive brands, and again, I also need kosher items because every Friday there's Shabbat. I need kosher chicken, I need kosher meats. So on an average day, let's say on a full day of shopping where I really need to restock the refrigerator, I'm spending $500 plus a day.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, like, 500 is a big meaty day.
Yeah.
Because I'm buying, like restocking. And then on average, I'm spending, I mean, it just depends if I'm doing a party for them, like just a casual dinner with a few more people. But like on a holiday, like a big Jewish holiday, I'm spending, close to $1,000 or more, depending on the guest, the guest count and how many people are going to be there. Like, there's a lot of variables.
Yes.
On average, for a family of 6, and I shop 3 days per week for a family of 6 to feed a family of 6, I'm spending more than $2,000 a week.
Yes.
That's like real income.
Yes.
For Amazon, I mean, I'm doing it anyways. We use Amazon a ton for many items, like a ton. the other thing is that the reason why, like, good private chefs have the integrity that they want the best product for their customer, right? For my client, which means that I physically want to go in and feel the tomatoes to make sure there's a crunch, to
Yeah.
make sure that the blueberries are crisp, to make sure that the that I have the most ripe or non-ripe, like green level bananas, like, or the avocados. But the thing is that if Amazon already did the work for me, for chefs that are very meticulous about the quality,
Yeah.
and I know that I can trust Amazon to find me the blueberries with the crunch and the green bananas and the avocados that are perfectly to where I need them. You know what I mean? Again, it's just about really having a 5-star shopping experience.
Yes.
And if I knew that I could trust Amazon to be my go-to, I'd never go to a grocery store again. Do you know how much time I would save from my life? I
Yeah.
mean, on average, in the city, like right now I'm in the Hamptons, so it's a little easier because I can drive. I'm more in control of my time. But in the city, when I'm pounding the pavement, and you live there, so you know too, that on average it takes me 2 hours between getting a cab and getting in and out, and it's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's the most inefficient system in New York, and I mean, I am deeply in love with New York. New York is the love of my life, but I absolutely hate grocery shopping in New York.
Yeah.
It is the most subpar experience, and I just don't understand why Amazon is not dominating what I just said.
Yeah. It's so interesting. And I was thinking of a couple of different things. And I look at it from an education perspective.
For
So
sure.
it is like Khan Academy. Like, I can send my kids off to do Khan Academy, and all that's missing is like a phone a friend option where like they could reach out. So it's like becoming Chef Lizette. Like, here's hey, I want cookies, by Chef Lizette. Here's the ingredients.
That's what the company name is. It's launched already.
Yes, got it. Yeah, no, I've been seeing the stuff, and I butchered a little bit at the beginning. Here's the ingredients. I can go make it myself. Here's the instructions. Here's the recipe. And if I want a highly curated experience, here's how I can access Chef Lizette.
That's
right. Just send a question, ask me anything, boom, boom, boom. You get questions. You get to, like, here's the frequently asked questions, and you get to build it. And if you want to spend, X 4 figures, now you can get a personal, or
That's right.
If you're lucky enough to be a friend, you get a personal experience. Yeah. That opens up.
I mean, you and I have already, pre this pandemic,
Yeah.
we're scheduled to meet up, and I think that we need to really work on this. I mean, you being in the environment of the Cornell campus or whatever, I have so much IP in me, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I have so many ideas. I just gave you a multi-billion-dollar idea for Amazon. They're already making billions of dollars, but if they brought in real chefs to help them set the framework for an even more fluid shopping experience, food shopping experience, there's no way that Amazon wouldn't continue to be the leader,
Yes.
But when it comes to grocery shopping, it's still lacking. It's really lacking.
It's not there.
And but it's also because I don't know if the voice technology is there yet either. I don't know.
It's not.
It's not, right?
It's not quite there. I mean, but if you can.
I don't know why we're not ramping up. Just like with this vaccine, I think that voice activation is so absolutely vital to our lives now in this pandemic environment, because the less we need to touch and the more we could just freely speak our needs. Now you're also talking about a safety opportunity, right?
Yes.
And so I just don't understand why the techies, the world that's working on voice activation, why they're not working 24/7 to figure this out.
Yeah, and that's a great point. It's like, hey, what is
it's a security issue.
Yeah, what is if I look at it like, hey, I'm back in Long Island City. I've been here less than 24 hours. I'm out with a mask. Is that enough? Hey Siri, what's the, here's my risk tolerance. tell me what to do. Hey, here's the
Exactly.
advice. You need a mask. You need boom. Oh, you don't have the right. Hey, you don't have the right mask. Here's the mask I got. Yes, it should be a dialogue and a conversation. Yeah, the
And,
voice
and it
first.
should happen as immediate as you putting on your shoes because you're about to go out for a walk and
Yep.
you want to just be hands free because you're putting on your sneakers. Hey Siri, what's the temperature outside? What do I need to prepare safe wise?
Yeah.
What train can I take that's the safest route? What cabs are available to me? Everything voice activated as you're putting on your sneakers to prepare for your day.
Yes, so brilliant. So, Chef, I started my the jam sessions that we're doing Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll add you to those. Those are kind of open sessions. We're doing it inside the corporate space, inviting people from like what you were going to come to live. We
Yeah.
started recreating experience. So I don't know if I have your email, but I'll get
Well,
access
you
to
have
it.
my text message. You have
I have
my
your
phone number.
Yeah, and I'll get you. Yeah, so I'll get you on the email. And I think there's so much to. Yeah, so much to talk about. Do you want to talk about Cookies by Chef Lizette a little bit here?
Yeah, of course. So Cookies by Chef Lizette. Let
Yes.
me actually put in my Instagram here in your comments.
Perfect.
Let's see. Cookies by Chef Lizette. Oops. Hold on.
It stopped raining, so I'm going to start moving
Okay,
moving again.
so there it is.
Yep. Awesome.
And that's the Instagram account. The website is Cookies by Chef Lizette. The reason why I'm not like announcing it in a large scale is right now I'm just focusing on shipping to New York.
Yes.
And I have, so many friends, and I'm very fortunate that people around the country are interested. But I want to roll this out carefully and smartly because we're in a pandemic.
Yes.
And I'm already shopping for a facility in New York when I get back from the summer to produce at scale. So I'm just rolling this out very just thoughtfully.
Yeah.
But you being in New York, you could go, and right now the website is not taking orders. I'm not accepting money. So you could see the shopping experience and the shopping options of what I'm selling. But you won't be able to hit the cart and pay because I'm not taking money right now.
Yes.
But if you yourself, let's say, wanted a dozen cookies or 2 dozen, whatever, you could send me a DM and I'll work you through the process.
And you're shipping them out. Yeah, definitely check it out and do it. And what's the origin story? Like why cookies? Why now?
Okay. Yeah. So why is I've been tweaking my chocolate chip cookie. This is not a cookie company. This is a chocolate chip cookie company.
Yes.
And I've just had a love affair with making a chocolate chip cookie for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I literally have been tweaking and testing different ingredients from all over the world, different brown sugars, different vanillas from around the world, different salts. And I've just had a personal love affair with making this cookie for 30 years. And I mean, as you know, I've been in New York and you and I have been jamming from the beginning.
Yep.
And I've always been an entrepreneur, and I just didn't make the connection of what was that thing going to be, like what was going to be the launching point for me to really take off into my entrepreneurial endeavors.
Yes.
And it just made sense. Like, I don't know, it hit me one day. Well, why am I not making my cookie? And actually, you were kind of the springboard because I had so much fun making cookies with you and your family.
Yes.
That it just kind of invigorated and reminded me how much I love making my cookie.
Yeah. And it was an incredible experience. And I love it from like the launch. Like, look, you've been making this cookie for 30 years, right? Or I think that, you've been making this cookie for 30 years. So it's something you love. Everybody's got that thing they've been doing for 30 years and tweaking, and they're going to do it regardless.
Right.
You offered it up as like a free thing. It was an opportunity. It was right around my daughter's birthday party. We did an event. They went out and made cookies, sold cookies. They made I want to say they made $700 total. It was right
Are
the
you
week
kidding me? They made $700 off of my cookies? That's amazing.
they made $700 for it was for Jump Rope for Heart, and
Oh,
but
that
yeah, they
makes
were on
me
the
so
street.
happy.
And then and it was a week before the pandemic, but they got, that was it was a huge impact. They were selling cookies on the street. What are they calling it? They're calling it cookies for
It was
cause.
cookies for a cause.
Yes, cookies for cause. And then the pandemic hit, and then they were off, and then but that's just, and now we see it now doing the same, shipping. Now it's a small business getting ready to go, and then it can launch and become great. You get a shipping distribution, and then it's off, and it'll take a whole bunch of it's really, I know it's not that simple, but it's also that simple. That's what I love about it.
It is. It actually is that simple, because I mean, it's so cliche, but when you get to the root of what you really love to do, and I mean, I'm a chef. I love being a chef, but even being a chef is too top tiered. I had to dig deeper. So the more you unpeel that onion and go through the layers, when you get to the core, it's very, very simple.
Mm. And it wasn't even a planned. It was just it hit you one day, and you're like, the time is now, and
you know what was so funny is that I've literally been just a closet entrepreneur my whole life. My mother and my grandfather, were entrepreneurs most of my life. Well, all of my life for my grandfather. So I've been around entrepreneurs, and I just have been wrestling my whole life. Well, what is the thing that I'm going to do that I could call my own, right? Mm. And it's so funny, because when it did finally hit me about cookies, I'm like, oh my God, I could have figured this out in Los Angeles, Yes. Like it took me to get to New York to figure it out.
Mm. So awesome. So great. Yep. So thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to that first conversation at the tail end of this. I'm going to take this to a tool called Otter. This is where I become like the geeky learning guy. Tool called Otter, and so there'll be a transcription. There'll be a word cloud. You'll see all the individual pieces, and then what I've been working on is what's the process to make this like more accessible.
Because this is a very good recording here. Like this is a great one.
Yeah, and Instagram. I don't. It's the same thing. Like I just tried live when I was walking, and I've been like, I'm like, Instagram's not my thing. I was on there posting, and it was also a little bit personal, because my Instagram was about family.
Yeah.
And in the past, and then my dad passed away, and I had no posts since then. But Instagram Live, it is the experience. It's a beautiful, elegant experience, and it's just like you could come like. For anybody who's seeing this, I had no idea Chef Lizette was coming on. For all I know, she had no idea we were going live, and this is what happens here, and it's really beautiful. So I'm going to continue to do these daily, maybe multiple times a day, and just want it to be more of like a jam. Like, I'm talking about what I'm talking about, so it might be solo, but if somebody's here, they want to come on, we'll go that direction. And then,
well, see, that is the beauty of Instagram, in that I immediately saw, on my header here, that Justin is going live. So it was a seamless process. I saw you going live. I clicked it. We're here. So that's what I'm talking about, is there's so much, like everyone here, everyone around the world is walking around with so much brilliance.
Yes.
And I think it's up to companies to figure out, how can we just make this so immediate and so seamless,
Yes. Yeah. It's like
and now you can take this, like you said, and download it and save it, and then make it into more content and make it into audio content. It's amazing. I mean, if anything, I'd love for you to save this so I could use it.
Yep.
Like, can this be saved and we can convert this as a YouTube video? I don't know.
It can be everything. Yeah. So what happens with Instagram Live on the back end, sorry, there's some cars coming in the background, so hopefully can you hear me still?
Yes. Yes.
I will download the video, so it's going to be on my phone. I will upload. Yeah, it can go to YouTube afterwards. It can go to It's going to go to Otter for the transcription. That's all going to happen seamlessly with a couple of clicks. And yeah, I can share with you in any form that works for you. So yeah, you'll have it on the back end.
That's
It'll
awesome.
be on. Yeah, so we'll put it together, and then I'm still working on like how do you get this stuff more like discoverable out there. But now this one is the inspiration because it's not just my thoughts out there.
Right.
Now it's exponentially more powerful because it's two people. You know what I'm saying? It's yours.
Well, when you get collaboration, it's genius.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
And yeah, I'm going to be doing this every day. Pop on at any time. I'll share this with you. You'll start to see some stuff come through over the weekend, and then just keep on fine tuning and keep on refining, and we'll see where it goes.
Well, it's interesting because I've been doing a morning show as well. So I need to get off as well to do my show. I haven't figured out like the exact time, like it's different every morning time wise. Yep. And I want to keep it that way because I don't want to be pressured to a certain time. Like I know it's going to be before 9 a.m. every morning. So yeah, so I'll be jumping on in a second.
Awesome. I don't get I get to set my notifications on, so also I'll join as well.
I think if you turn on the notifications for me on my page, it'll show you when I'm going live.
Got it. Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
So
okay. Have a great day.
Have a great one, Chef Lizette. Thank you so much.
Say hello to your family.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Have a great one.
Take care.
All right, so we are back here. I'm going to close this one out because it's starting to rain. So amazing opportunity just to connect with Chef Lizette. Do these walk and talks every single day. I always have a topic that I'm going through. As people join on, you are welcome. Special real thank you to Samira, who I can't tell if she's still on. Yes, Samira, friend from the Salad Cloud Times, who's been on every day. Samira, you're also welcome to come on. I think I invited you to come on a couple of different times. Or welcome to listen. So I just appreciate that. And so, yeah, this will be just a very organic process every single day. I probably will do a different one later on today because I want to talk about tools we love and some of the degree stuff. But thanks to everybody who's listening, and have an amazing day.